Hi, I'm Deb from Skein Sisters. I hope you had a fabulous Easter weekend, and I'm really sorry I haven't been around for a little while. I did get COVID from my daughter, I think, but we're all better now. And then I got some dental problems with some surgery I'm having at the moment, so it all just kind of compounded, and I haven't been at work for a couple of weeks. But I'm back and feeling pretty good now. What it did mean was that I got tons and tons of knitting and crochet time while I was sitting at home on the sofa. We've got a photo shoot coming up soon. We're going to do lots of different projects for our advertising material. So Janine said to me, all you need to do is sit on that sofa and just make things. It's like, yes, it's like my dream come true. But while I was really sick, I kind of couldn't think too straight to actually do Sophie's. But last week I got stuck into it again. And I've really sort of powered through, and I'm nearly at the end of my Sophie's Universe. If you haven't seen this blanket before, this is the one that I'm doing here. So we've got these fabulous versions of it in books. You can also get Sophie's version, Universe, a version of it, a free version of it online, but the book is fantastic. And you can see how I borrowed Jane's book. I've got tabs everywhere, notes. You can just really make it your own. So let's have a little look at where I am up to. It's got quite big and heavy, but I'm still totally in love with it. I've been kind of sitting underneath it on the sofa, crocheting away. Can you see it, Janine?
You're going to have to get up for this
I
one.
have to get up.
It's too big. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous.
So, here I am again. The thing that I've done differently is that I'll show you the pattern here. See this section here with the butterflies? There's only one lot of butterflies, and I've actually done 3. So I've just wanted some more of the white. I wanted to make it a bit bigger to fit over the bed a little bit more, and to just really bring some more white into it. So all that I've got left, I'm just at the moment doing this round of, I've done the bobbles, I'm doing that bit that's white there. And then I've got that much left.
It's pretty.
That's all. Yeah, it's a really pretty edging. There's a lovely sort of braided stitch, I think, which is coming up next, which I haven't done before, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now, what I wanted to show you and talk about today, though, was knots in balls of yarn. Now, there is sort of an industry standard, and I'm bringing this up because this last row that I've just been doing, it's in the Stone Washed XL in Axonite. So, where did I start? Anyway, I've had 4 knots so far. And the industry standard for knots is sort of 2 to 3, and a 50-gram ball is absolutely fine. All it means is that you need to restart your ball like you would if you were changing colours anyway. And on these rounds, I'm using over a ball for each round. So I'd have to have at least my starting join and then another join. But to have to deal with 4 knots is a bit much for me. So I will undo it, and I'm going to show you how I actually join that new colour in. Now, the reason that we get the knots is the production process. So things like the Stone Washed XL, it's more of a machine produced yarn. So it has a whole lot of processes, and you can imagine that they've got thousands and thousands of meters, which they're then putting into balls. And every time something happens, maybe there's a thin part of the yarn, maybe they're joining on another section, at some point they have to join it. It's not like a skein of yarn. Let me find one. I've got so many back here. So here's some Noro, and I'm not sure what that is actually, but that is there's more of a hand process with some of these. Some of them are still quite machine done, but some of the more hand dyed yarns, you're less likely to get knots. I'm not going to say you never get knots, you do sometimes still, but you're less likely to get knots because, particularly with the hand dyed ones, you've got a person who's actually putting them out into that beautiful skein shape. And if they see a knot, they might not, if it's near the beginning, they might just pull that off and start again to give you a beautifully knot-free skein. But with balls, just be aware 2 and 3 knots is okay. Right, now when I started this round, I was like, I'm not going to pull it undone. I'll show you where I've got them. So I started back here, right, with a new ball, and then this far in, there's a knot there. I know. And I thought, I'm not going to undo that. I was watching Lego Masters last night and getting stuck into it. Watched Bridgerton too. A lot of Bridgerton in this one. And then look, onto my second side, there's another one. And then there's another one. And then there was another one up here. Yeah, so I'm going to actually, I'll just get rid of my beautiful coconuts marker. I'm going to undo all of this. Do you often think when you're undoing how many hours worth of work?
Try not to.
I try not to think of that too. Sometimes that's why I don't undo, because it's like, oh, that's a waste of my time. But I can't think of that because it's the beautiful end product that you want, isn't it? So I'm going to just get rid of those two, and actually that wasn't one. Anyway, I've gone too far. Look, that was one below. Anyway, I can still show you. It's totally fine. There we go. That's a little bit of time I'll have to redo.
Am I coming around?
I think that might be best, Janine.
All right. What are we doing then?
We are starting a new ball. Oh, and let's get this out here so I can show you properly. So I like to start it in the middle of a round, particularly with crochet. I always do half a stitch. So that I'm doing US double crochets here. So it's yarn over my hook and in and pull one through. Now at this point, I get the new yarn, and there's my end, and I hold the end in my fingers like that. And I treat that as now what I'm going to continue on with. So yarn over, pull up, and yarn over, pull up. And then I'll just do another couple of stitches. I will show it to you again so that you can see. So then at the back, at the front, it just looks absolutely fine. And at the back, you can just pull these just so that they're nice and firm. And then I would come back with my needle and thread those all the way underneath those stitches and back this way a little bit, just to tuck it in, just like you would when you start the row. So I'll just show you again. So you just come under and pull one through, so you're halfway into the stitch, and you can do this with any stitch, single crochets, trebles, and then the end goes tucking in onto that side, and then you start your stitch again. So that's it. It's really, really simple. And then, yeah, you get a really nice seamless finish. So as I said, I've got, I don't know, about 2 sections left, maybe 8 or 10 rows or rounds, and then I'm done, and I will continue to post just these last few colours that I've done, so that you've got the up-to-date colours, and it won't be too long before we're all finished together.